Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Yes, I do. Sorry, the it's still in disarray. I'm still in construction. Really, I'm just trying to pick out a color for this room. That's all. And I'm struggling. Um, so anyways, but moving forward, I hope everyone is doing well. I want to say thank you for all of the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who is booking, sending in donations, or tipping the Clarista, if you will. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Um, Also, to everyone who is like pledging on Patreon, thank you, thank you, thank you. And purchasing products on the website, thank you. Um, okay. I feel like there was a couple energies that I was like picking up on earlier. Yeah, so one big thing that's coming through that I picked up on. So there are, you might see, like I said, a lot of relationships kind of going through separation. Even some relationships that maybe didn't we didn't like that didn't seem like they were karmic, right? Or that weren't and just it's just the divine is stepping in some of these relationships here, okay. Also, I was picking up earlier that I feel like it's like this scales that it's like there's going to be a shift in a lot of energy here. Not to say that everyone's relationship is going to break up, but there's going to be a lot of people who have been in relationships, kind of those that have been kind of masking their trauma with a relationship. Okay, those that have been kind of doing that, they're going to be kind of in separation or whatever, and they're going to be doing some healing. Those that have been, there are some of those that have been single and kind of doing the healing, they're going to come into union, right? There's the kind of this like balance here that I feel like even in that instance, like the divine. So that's interesting. The way that that feels like that's coming through here. So yeah, there could be like new connections. You could be witnessing, endings in a lot of connections. They're just, I feel like there's just a lot of like shifting and energy, almost like I said, like kind of like, where things were necessarily not like where the energy was almost like misplaced, right? Even it may be people, places, things, right? There's just a lot of shifting, a lot of moving going on right now, a lot of rearranging during this like major transformation. This kind of, like I said, like putting things where they're like almost like getting things back on track, or not even like getting things back on track, but just kind of like I'm hearing like divine intervention, right? It's like it's like this energy, what they're kind of giving me is like almost like Rugrats energy here. Okay, that's that's funny. And not to say that it, but it's kind of like, when all the toddlers, all the babies were like in the playpen, right? And how they like kind of scatter out and do their own thing. And sometimes they break out of the playpen and they, you know what I mean? But what they're kind of giving me this vibe of like the parents being like divine intervention and like bring them all back in, like reel them back in, put them where they go, right? You know what I mean? Like that type of energy. I don't know, there's Rugrats just might be significant. That's kind of a off, I don't know. But that's just this energy that I'm picking up on here. So um and we've kind of been picking up on that a lot, of just kind of like yeah. So there's also things like sorry, incomplete thought. It is what it is. Anyways, there are also things like also left my brain. Never mind. It'll come back. All right. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. What else does the collective need to know about this? What is their current energy? Um, Oh, I am so sorry. That is so gross. Excuse me. All right, let's see what it is. Sorry, you guys. Ah, all right, what do they need to know? What do they need to know? Okay, so some of you are getting some sort of channeled message about, or some sort of guidance, some sort of intuition, maybe even like, I don't know, there's an energy here. Yeah. Or you intuitively know this, you're accessing some sort of wisdom. There's something about your, um, oh, oh. Yeah, this is exactly what's happening here. Okay. Okay. So here's what's happening. Okay. So see how in this devil card, right, we have these two and actually they're just like chained up together, but you can't see it because I'm covering up their. Hey, bug, you need anything? Careful. Okay. Okay. See, they're like chained together here. And then right underneath that, we have the lovers card, which is these two not chained together with the angel above them. This is literally what's happening. It's like because there's this energy of enough of the collective here that has been going within here and emotionally disconnecting from the pain, okay, the pain and the sorrow. It's almost like that frequency can't be held. There's like this, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like the foundation of it does is this making sense? It's like the frequency of like what would keep two people chained together here, okay? Like the frequency of this of these restrictions and things like that because there's enough of us collectively that are healing from the pain, that are moving on from the pain, that are um, there is this energy where this is no longer supported energetically, right? And so it's like there has been this platform or this foundation that's been created for this lover's energy here, okay? Yeah, this new path, Ace of Wands, okay? Now, I feel like this is happening possibly for some of you in your own personal lives, but also like collectively. Okay, like it just and I'm not gonna say like everyone everywhere, right? But there's kind of I don't know, I've just been picking up on this energy in a big way here. Okay. Um, let me get three more on this. What's the Page of Swords and the Hermit? Okay, so there's also this energy that I was picking up earlier as well. I can't remember exactly what they said, what what the divine said when I was standing in my kitchen, drinking my coffee, kind of meditating a little bit. And there was this energy of some of you have been kind of struggling. You've been co-creating with the divine, but you've been kind of struggling as in finding like your sweet spot, where it is that you fit in like knowing that you are an extension of the creator, and so you have this ability to create your own reality, but exactly how much of the creating are you doing and how much of the creating is the divine doing? There's kind of this energy, this like perception inside of you that's feeling. And so I'm kind of picking up on this energy in which it's almost like you may be finding your sweet spot. You may be feeling guided to that sweet spot here, okay? As far as like your role in co-creating with the divine, right? It's almost like like this energy that I was picking up earlier. It was kind of like, okay, so just tell me what you want and then just allow me to get that for you, right? Sometimes it may take a little bit longer than other times. It's almost like um honestly how I feel like with my kids sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, so what do you know what I mean? What do you want? What do you need? And I'm going to work towards that, right? Like it's like I'm doing things in the background in order to get them what they need and what they want, right? They may not see these things happening. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't see what's going on in my bank account. They don't see what's going on, in my mind, the bills, all these other things, right? They don't see that, right? And it's not like the divine is worried about all of those other things, but you get it. It's like this process, right? This is kind of what the divine is saying. It's like almost this energy of like, know that I want to give you everything that you want and you desire, but and it's like obviously knowing the part that you need to put in it as well, right? It's not only just asking, telling the divine what it is that you want, where you want to go, and things like that. Um, but also doing whatever it is in order to align yourself to that reality here. Okay, so um, and we could go so much further into depth as far as like co-creating with the divine here, but there's an energy around it's like you may be finding your own little sweet spot and what works for you. Like some of you are really starting to manifest or master manifestation here. Okay. What's this page of cups? Queen of cups. Oh man, I'm talking to somebody that's very, very tapped in, okay, that's done a lot of work here, okay, because we have, there's like very clear evolution, right? We have the Page of Swords and we have the Page of Cups here. Both of these energies, right? I feel like are denoting to Page of Cups, your intuition, Page of Swords, any type of downloads, any type of psychic gifts there that, you know what I mean, that would possibly be coming through the mind a little bit, okay? And so there's this, or like I should say, like the third eye. There's this very clear evolution of this Page of Swords, starting this journey in this Page of Swords energy, and currently you're showing up in this hermit energy. Like that's mastery, okay, of wisdom, of tapping into the divine, of connecting with the divine here, okay, especially with the Hierophant and the Magician. Like, hello. Your thoughts are so magical, okay, but also like there's this deep wisdom within you, okay, but also you know how to tune in within yourself in order to like it's like that's where the phone line is for the divine. You know what I'm saying? That's where you manifest from, is in this internal space, okay. um and then so then we have this Page of Cups evolving into this Queen of Cups here, right? Talking about your intuition and mastering self-love and all of those things here. And with the Nine of Pentacles, like this took time, right? It took time. But you've made a lot of accomplishments, obviously, because you've evolved into this Hermit Queen of Cups energy here. Okay. What is this Ace of Cups, the Fool? This Ace of Cups is like this new, it's like this offer for this new beginning, kind of an opportunity for you to take everything that you've learned and to go in a new, like, and to go, like, to take everything that you've learned and to go learn something new, to go start something new. To, you know what I'm saying? There's this energy around, like, you've really kind of mastered a couple things here, and it's almost like, okay, so you know what I mean? And but the divine, I really feel like there's it's like I'm not saying like give up or walk away from what you're doing here, but there's this energy around I feel like there's something here that might really excite you for some of you, especially if this part resonates with you, but there's something that feels like it could excite you. Um, it's almost like the divine is saying, "Hey, what seeds do you want to be planted?" You know what I mean? Like what seeds, like, you know what I mean? There's almost this, hmm. There's also somebody that's looking at your harvest, okay? That's coming towards you. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this. Who's this King of Swords? Oh, what are this person's intentions? Oh, hmm. S- Um, okay, there's somebody that could have been betrayed by their parents that wants to come towards you here. I'm trying to pick up on because for some of you, there's somebody that wants to come towards you, and it's simply because they're looking at where you are in life right now. Okay, you may be doing really well, or it may look like you're doing really well. Okay, um, you may be looking really good. You may be, you know, because I do feel like with this Knight of Wands, somebody is very attracted to you. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups, which could be, you know, this person, you know what? This person probably, yeah, they want to bring you some sort of gift here. I was trying to figure out, you know, because I feel like you've really kind of broken free from, for like if anyone comes forward, it's almost like the divine is like, you know better than to take anyone that like it's like I feel like your discernment, like I said, your the way that you show up in this Hermit Queen of Cups energy, very balanced, very intuitive, very discerning, very wise, very tapped in, very emotionally balanced and emotionally mature, very connected to the divine, very like magical, right? There's somebody that has developed some pretty strong feelings. Now, I feel like for some reason there's been some sort of interference by possibly like a mother and a father, or like a emperor and empress, okay? Something here. But yeah, I feel like they want to come tell you some sort of truth. For some of you, this is somebody who could be in the military. They could also be in some sort of police like academy, or like, you know what I mean? They could be in some sort of law enforcement here with the King of Swords and the Chariot. That's why I was kind of like, oh, you know what I mean? Like that type of energy, like you know, yeah, this person could have some type of career, but they do have feelings here. But I want to know, this Fool's kind of interesting because it's almost like for some reason, so what's, yeah, or the Five of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Mm. What is this Five of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords? There's almost this energy in which somebody is like juggling on whether or not they're in a battle or they defeated some sort of battle, or like they could be juggling some, you know what I mean? It's almost like this energy of like spiritual warfare, but then also like, you know, the internal battles here. Okay, somebody could be juggling that. They could have been juggling that in the past. This could have been you here. That's where this mastery is coming from. Not only were you juggling internal battles, but also the spiritual attacks or spiritual war here. Okay, and you were juggling, and that is what has possibly kept you or somebody in the collective maybe in a state of lack, simply because there was no, it's almost like there was no consistency in the energy that you were projecting out into the universe. You know what I was saying? Like it was like what you were calling back was it's almost like because of this energy, because you were fighting internal battles and there was like spiritual attacks or just spiritual war that you were fighting, it's almost like you were sending out all like lots of different codes into the universe. And so the universe was just responding to, you know what I mean, what it had always responded to for you, maybe, or something. There's something that has been possibly affecting your money here. Okay. And I think it's this like almost chaotic energy a little bit here, because that's really what this feels like. Tell me more about this. Where's this coming from? And who's dealing with this? And why is this? Yeah, this is creating lack here. It is. Or that's the goal. That's the goal here for somebody, is to create some sort of lack by creating some sort of internal battle, but also attacking you with spiritual attacks here. Uh-huh. Yeah, this is somebody who comes and they give you some sort of offer, and then they take it away, or they do something here, and then they watch to see how, like to see your spiral, to see your how wounded you are, to see, you know what I mean, to see if you're still feeling sad or upset or left out by them, or like that this is a missed opportunity, or are you feeling, you know what I mean, happy and stable. Yeah. No. And the thing is I feel like whatever this was, okay, like that's fucked up that somebody's like literally thought that much through to come towards you. I don't know if this is, um, this could have literally been somebody else. Like your, whoa, so maybe your parents or somebody could have like hired somebody to do this, or like sent somebody to do this. But it's almost like this energy of, Yeah, or like I don't know, it's like somebody testing your emotional stability here. And the verdict is you're in this hermit Queen of Cups energy. You're no longer in this Page of Swords, Page of Cups energy. You're here. Okay, you've grown the fuck up. All right. Um, the divine has really brought you through a lot of accomplishments, right? There's kind of this energy of like looking back and being able to see, yeah, look, it's funny. I say the verdict is, and we have the judgment card at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you've really gained some wisdom on this heartbreak and this pain here. Okay. And you really are happy, I feel like, all right, in this where you are in this energy. And so somebody, yeah, so if you were feeling that type of energy here, kind of little chaos or whatever, you can send that back, or you can just alchemize it, or whatever, do whatever you need to do. Oftentimes I try to avoid sending it back just simply because it perpetuates the cycle, but also um, you know, you got to keep the scales balanced. So, too, at the same time, so, and energy is not, it's never destroyed, right? It's always just changed, right? So, anywho, okay, let's get some more on this. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Yeah, somebody's very much Nine of Swords because you're taking some sort of action, you're moving on, you're like there's you're making achievements, you're reaching goals, you know what I mean, you're making accomplishments, okay. um Rebirth, Nine of Pentacles. Hmm. Final messages about this. Five of Wands. Restriction. What is this? Yeah, some of you, there's this energy of like not entertaining the chaos, right? Or those that are showing up in that energy here. Okay, it's like again, you've been gifted with discernment here. You're able to see through. Um, for some of you, this is an air sign female that is doing this. That is trying to yeah, it's like trying to possibly from your family, okay, but that is trying to get you to take some sort of leap of faith so that you can be in some sort of lack, right? It's like take some sort of bait here. They want you to take some sort of bait So yeah, that could be that Empress energy. They could be involved with somebody else, right? Emperor, Empress that has been kind of trying to get involved, and I feel like it's trying, yeah, it's just trying to get you to take some sort of bait here, okay? Um, huh. Okay. I feel like you knew better though. Like, I don't know who this person was. I'm also like feeling some like frustration bubble up. So I don't know if you or somebody else is feeling very frustrated about a situation here. Okay. Um, but whilst trying to restrict you here, somebody has got themselves restricted. Hmm. Also, I feel like somebody's ego's hurt too. There's somebody that's ego is maybe a little bit hurt also. Possibly because you didn't take the bait. We're always talking about this, wanting to. Why does this person want to do this to the collective? Why do they want to do this? Yeah, because they're envious of your fucking Queen of Cups because you're the fucking fairest one of them all. Snow White. Okay, you're intuitive, you're gorgeous, you are empathetic, you are kind, you're generous, you're humble, you're graceful, you're like, you're fucking, you know what I mean? Like, and so that's why you like I heard making money moves, making what's that song? I don't know. You take action on things, right? There's something, you've got money moves going on. You may be making money moves. Ace of Swords, exactly. Could be new ideas coming to you through this emotional stability, your intuition, right? This is why this person is doing this because they're jealous, they're envious, um they don't like your yeah, they don't like that you are the center of attention. Star card. Okay. You may not be the center of attention, but they don't like the attention that you get. They don't like the way that you feel about yourself, the way that you show up. There's something about, like this person does not like you. May be one of those people that's like just happy because why be anything else, right? Like, I know we have our days, but like, you know what I mean? And so it's just this energy of like, I don't know, somebody just does not like. Yeah. And so somebody took action towards somebody here to keep them stuck, possibly, or I don't know. Yeah, that's basically what it is to keep you or somebody as a victim here. But you're too strong. You're too strong. Also, some of you are kind of going through this like cycle, and it may have to do with like finances, or it could have to do with like like material things or things in the physical, or something like that here, okay? Maybe just like and it may seem a little bit all over the place, okay? It may seem a little bit all over the place, but trust and know that you're making progress in this, okay? You really are. Yeah. So anywho, all right, guys. I love you. I hope this was helpful. I'll probably do an extended. They'll probably come through with some sort of extended. We'll probably tap into this person a little bit more, maybe why or what she's been doing exactly, he or she, do they have help, all of that. So, but anyways, do great things. I love you so much. Be kind to yourself and others. Drink lots of water. Mind your own business. And I love you. I love you. I love you. We'll talk soon.